All right, all right, all right, all right. So we are gonna play some CYBERBALL. Hello, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Let's just have a little bit of fun. Let's do a little bit of old school arcade fun and hang out. You guys can hang out with me. I'm just chilling, taking a break. And I'm not really in the mood to watch the game, so to you, to all, yeah. So let's do that. Let's play a little bit of CYBERBALL. I mean, listen, I want to talk. Let's talk. Let's talk some CYBERBALL. Let's talk to the crowd, the crew, the guys that follow. I don't know if my sound's okay because I can't get it to go up any higher without I mean, I could do that, I guess. It's a little bit better, but it's not going to be great. Oh, thanks, Joey. So I want to talk while I play. I don't understand why my gamepad seems to not want to work when it's plugged in. Let's see if we can get this thing to go. So just to catch people up, we, Sean and I did a stream a couple days ago. I think it was a couple nights ago, right? And we talked about CYBERBALL, remaking CYBERBALL. And, I'm not sure, I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do yet. Let's see if I can get this rolling. All right, advanced CYBERBALL. I can't hear any sound in the game, which is weird. I think it's because I'm using a different setup here. But we're still gonna do it. We're still gonna do it anyways and have a little bit of fun. Sean may join us if he catches wind that I'm doing this. He may jump on as well and do a little bit of combo chatting here. But yeah, it's pretty casual, by the way. So I'm going to restart this real quick. I'm going to restart the game and I'm going to go ahead and throw some coins in there. This thing keeps shutting off my PlayStation controller. It's kind of annoying. Let's see if I can do this. But let me know what you guys want me to talk about. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to chime in. I'm just messing around here, so it's gonna be casual. But I'm trying to figure out what to do with the usual with my next game, right? What's going on, Angel Tube TV? College Bowl. There's no official news yet. We're working on the game. We are doing, the console ports. We're also trying to get a deal for something, but I can't really talk about that yet because it's really under wraps right now. And it's not, I think it's with Legend Bowl. It's not with College Bowl, but we're trying to do something behind the scenes. And as soon as we hear more, I'll let you know if it works out or not. But that's all I got going on right now. I mean, it's just College Bowl being ported, and then I'm gonna have to use my other controller. This is acting stupid. I don't know why it's doing this. I'm gonna try to play this guy Payne. He's hard. I know he's tough. These coaches they go from the easier side to the harder side. Some of the ones on the bottom right are hard. They're more difficult. I'll be London. I'll have a good running game, even though I like to pass. I mentioned that you mentioned CYBERBALL, that you have prototype. Anything else? You mentioned I haven't prototyped anything else. I mean, I've been messing around. I mean, I was working in Unreal Engine for a little bit. I was trying to learn some things with Unreal Engine, and I was thinking about making a one wheel game. I don't know if any of you ever used the one wheels, but I was thinking about making a game that had to do with one wheels. And so I was dabbling with Unreal Engine, and I was trying to mess around with it, trying to see, you know, how it worked. And because I don't know, you get into stuff like, here's the problem that I have, which is, you know, something I always kind of struggle with. I don't know why I threw it to those people over there, but I'm the green team, the away team, or whatever the other team is, the purple team. And I'm the London Lightning against the Berlin Invasion. And, you know, I struggle with what to work on. I struggle with what to do. And I'm not sure, you know, I'm not really sure. Oh, jeez. Let me see if I can get some sound out of MAME here. Let's see if I can go to the mixer. You guys hear that? Let's see if I go out. If the volume gets really loud, I apologize. I'm just trying to work on getting MAME to... Okay. Although it's coming out of one speaker, isn't it? Off of one side, so... It's kind of funny. But it is working. It's just not... I don't know why it's not coming out of both, but that's okay. Multi-track. Funny that it won't come out of the other one, but it'll come out of this one. Let's see. All right, I'll just put it back to where it was. Now I don't hear anything, which is interesting. Sweet. Let's see. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just messing around here. All right. So yeah, so you know, it's tough because you want to work on something that you're interested in working on, right? You don't just want to work on anything. And there are a lot of like YouTube indie devs that they'll talk about how to make a game, how to make a successful game. And they've done a lot of, you know, research and spent time studying the successful games that are out there. And let's see. Oof. And you know, I don't know if there's a science to it, to be honest with you. I don't know like if there's an actual science, but I do believe that there's definitely there is some science to it. Like in terms of you can't just make a game that's not fully complete, or something that's just, half baked, or something that's just really, really boring or out of touch. It has to have fun, fun in it. It has to have some kind of fun factor with it. And you have to get lucky, like you have to get lucky. And there's people out there that, they have bigger YouTube channels. They have subscribers that follow them, and people watch. Like people want to see what they make. They want to support their games. And I tend to look at games that do well, and I'm like, oh, well, is that because this formula that they followed, or is it just luck, or is it a little bit of both? But I still think, for me, the way I feel about it, I still feel like a lot of it has to do with making a good game, making a game that is fun to play. But it is hard to figure out. It is hard to figure out what to do as a developer, because, I took a long time making Legend Bowl, as you guys know, and then College Bowl was just, added on to the Legend Bowl engine, really. And then it was taken from there, and it was, it was basically extrapolated out into a college game. And the beta guys on the beta team, they helped me a lot. Those guys were there to do little odds and ends and mods, and, all sorts of different things that they follow the blocker, all sorts of things that they would do to give me ideas, or, the community as well. Like people have a lot of excitement for those games, and those games are pretty good. Like every time I put the game on, the College Bowl, Legend Bowl, interception, no way. Every time I put one of those games on, and play, I'm always pretty impressed and pretty amazed with how far those games came, and how much work I actually spent, how many years and how much time I actually spent working on those games, because those games are pretty fully featured. Minus multiplayer, online multiplayer, they're pretty good. Like they're pretty solid games. The art looks really good, I think, for pixel art. And, the game is definitely like way beyond its time if it were to come out a long time ago. Like in the years of pixel art games, if that game were to come out back then, right? Like I think it would be great. I think it would have been a great like revenue machine. How much money do I have? Let's upgrade the tight end, even though they say to never upgrade the tight end. But I'm trying to figure out what to do next. And I do this quite often. Like when I was done with Legend Bowl, I sat there and I said, what am I going to do next? And, and College Bowl is something that, not College Bowl, CYBERBALL. Oh, this isn't working again. CYBERBALL is, my controller keeps like turning off. Like it keeps disconnecting. It's been doing that today. It's annoying. Yeah, Legend Bowl was dope. Legend Bowl was dope. But I'm going to try to play this a little bit, because I want to concentrate a little bit. My controller keeps dying, so I don't know what the hell is going on with this thing. Hold on a second. I need to go to Bluetooth settings or whatever. Let's see, Bluetooth. DualSense. Let's remove this device. Okay. Let's see. How do I connect? Here we go. No, I want to do it through Bluetooth, add Bluetooth device. Everything else. Yes, allow unknown device succeeded. I don't know why. It's so weird. Like it just like, it'll turn on and then turn right off. Okay. Yes, allow. This is so stupid. Let me go to the USB-C. Sorry, guys. Let's see. You know, I was contemplating streaming and I was like, should I stream? Should I not? And I figured I'd talk to you guys and kind of share what I'm thinking here. Why is this acting so dumb? So weird. I hate computers sometimes. Let me see if I can plug my other one in. All right, let's see. Yeah, this is stupid. I gotta switch controllers. Hold on. Maybe take this one out. Put that one away. See if this game will run. Will it recognize me? Will it recognize me? Let's do input settings, input assignments, input devices. Huh. Let me see. Let's see what we got. There we go. Let's see if this works. If I do this. Okay, that seems to be. Video options. I want that on. I want that. You can get out of this. And then. That's good. All right. Hopefully people are still hanging around. I know this is going to be kind of boring. You picked up Legend Bowl again for the first time in forever. You started playing it. Got your 90s roster. Haven't been able to get away from the office to work in it. So long, had to put it on. Yeah, man. Legend Bowl's cool. I like Legend Bowl. Obviously, it's a fun game, right? It's a fun game. All right. Can we get... All right, let's see if this thing's going to work.
Welcome to CYBERBALL.
All right. I can hear the game now, so maybe... Can you guys hear it? Oh, cool. Let's see. All right. So I'm going to be the California Crush. I guess they're red. And so... You know, there's just, I don't know, there's a lot to make in games. You know, when I set off to make, let's go. When I set off to make Legend Bowl, I didn't think far ahead after that. Like I didn't think about what I would do afterward, right? That's awesome, Pillar, man. I appreciate that. Like, I think it's a great game too, and it's not because I made it, right? Like I honestly feel like it's whenever I turn it on, like if I don't touch it for a while and I play it, come on. If I don't touch it for a while and I play it, I feel I get to feel the freshness of it, right? Like I didn't feel that when I was building the game as much because I was building the game for like years, like 6, 7 years. Like I took a long time to make that game. I mean, it was pretty amazing if you think back to see how much time it took me to make that game. It's actually pretty sad too, because it's forever, right? It just takes forever. And that's the scary thing about making a new game as well. I mean, I think a game like this I could make a lot faster, especially given the fact that I've done 2 games already, and they were football games. And a game like this, it's something that I would be interested in making, and that's kind of what I was talking about before. I want to make something that's actually fun to make, that you feel like you have some kind of passion to making. And when I sit here and I play this game is unique for the arcades, and this was like a 1980 something game, right? This was a long time ago that this game was made, and people who've played this game even back then, they figured out strategies, right? Like this game is very strategic, and there are also things about the game that are like, because it's an old game, and it obviously wasn't supported for a long time after it was released, at least the final version of it. There are things about, like, there are money plays that you can pick. There are plays that work almost like 100% of the time against certain defenses. And so the game, people begin to find like cracks in the game, right? And then they try to exploit those things. And when you play with a human, you can play chess that way. And then you can try to pick, defenses that are going to be more challenging. And, it's like a cat and mouse game that people do. And what I'm saying is that this old game still has a fan following, right? Because they have nothing else to play when it comes to this game, right? That they have the ones that came out with the consoles, and then they have this arcade one, and that's pretty much it. So, but there's also that nostalgia there, right? Like, just like Tecmo Bowl, people still play Tecmo Bowl, and it's not the best game in the world now. It didn't, it's not going to be better than the greatest, 3D next gen game, but people play it because they hold on to it, just like people hold on to 2K5 and All Pro Football. People still want to play that old game, and they kind of deal with the fact that, it's almost like the nostalgia of the game not progressing, not having new versions, also gives it some value, right? Like, people want to go back and play those older games, and if those games had continued to to be developed, or if they were brand new, released today, I don't know if people would be as thrilled about playing them. But I definitely think that there's some value to this kind of concept, robots playing football. There's something there. Like, there's something there that I don't, I don't know. I don't know what that means. And I'm going to probably do a little bit of prototyping and dabbling around and trying to see if I can come up with a game that resembles this type of theme. I don't know. Because it's very basic. You don't have a lot of buttons. You have one button. You choose a guy. You have a turbo boost, and a lot of it has to do with the plays that you're picking. That's where a lot of the strategy is. Just like what football should be, that, right? Football should be a lot of strategy based on the plays, just the play calling, right? Yeah, Base Wars. Was that a baseball game? That was a baseball game, right? But I'm just trying to think about what to do. And, like I said, there are indie devs out there that really study the markets. They study what games do well. They study what games are successful, what people want to play, what the masses want to play. And this game is very penalizing too, because you only get one boost. You need to be very, very good with your stick skills to be able to choose, you know, when to use it and at what angle. And it's still a pretty good game. Like after all these years, it holds up pretty well. Like it's one of those games where, you know, if you really want to beat the computer or you really want to try to win, you need to concentrate. And yeah, you're not going to have all the moves, all the buttons. You're not going to have, you know, all the stats and the detail that you do in, you know, in modern games or even like Legend Bowl or College Bowl. You're not going to have a lot of what those games had, you know. And but even with that said, you know, it's still, that's a good move. Oh, there's still fun like hidden in here. Like there's like a nice little nugget of fun that remains. And you know, that's what games are meant to do. Games are meant to give you the satisfaction of, you know, having a little bit of fun, like getting away from your everyday life and, you know, just enjoying the fantasy of the virtual world, right? I can't believe I got that pass. But I'm trying. So what I'm trying to do here, and this is why I'm streaming, just because I want to share it with you guys. I figured I'd play a little bit of CYBERBALL and see, you know, see if I can get some sense of is this game, oh, is it going to be halftime? Oh, I think it's halftime. Let's try to buy some. Let's upgrade the wide receiver. There's something to be said about solid fundamentals. That's why Legend Bowl is my favorite football. It's your favorite football game? Wow, that's awesome. How did you hear about Legend Bowl? I'm just curious. I'm always curious how people hear about the game. You didn't know it existed. Now you want more robot football. Yeah, this game, you know, this game was, come on. Oh, nice move. Oh man, I juked him, but I couldn't get in. I'm gonna try to see if I can score here. Oh, that was close. The way the game works, so I've been watching videos about it too, because I'm trying to understand. Uh-oh, we got to go option play here. So you have a power back, you have a running back, you have a tight end, and a wide receiver. And I'm going to try to throw to the power back here. And oh, what a play. Like the game is very time sensitive. Like the way you know, the way that you execute every play is, you need to know what the play is doing. Like you need to be very, very conscientious of, You enjoyed the Mutant Football League remake? Yeah. I didn't get into that game. Like, and I know what game you're talking about. It's the one that it's in 3D, right? Like the one that came out. I forget what the guy's name is, but he's the one that originally worked in the game, right? The original one back in the day. I've played that game, and I know he's had another version of it come out, but I don't know, for some reason the game doesn't oh man, I hit him. I don't think the game pops out of their hands after they catch it. Like you can't like knock the ball out of their hands. And that quarterback is elusive. Like whenever I try to sack the quarterback, I always kind of slide past him. I don't want to spend the credit for it, even though. 3-4 blitz. Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to decide and play around with this game to see interception. Let's go. Nice. I'm trying to determine if this game has any viability, to remake the game. I know for me as like a personal project, like a hobby, I would love to do it. Like, and that's why I'm kind of looking into it too, because I feel like I need inspiration. But I'm also, I also get a little, what's the word? I get a little fatigued with all the work that it takes to do this stuff, and I can't spend years. Like I'd want to do something under a year, if I could, with a game like this. I don't think it would take me that long. I mean, to recreate what they did here, I don't think it would take me. I think I could probably do it within 6 months. I mean, I don't think it's going to take me that long to recreate what they have here. But again, you can't just make the same exact game. I don't think that that's enough, right? But I do want to start thinking about if this game has potential and if it's viable and if people might want to play it, I would want to think about how to capture the essence of what this game had, and also find a way to preserve that and bring it to the PC, right? Bring it to at least the PC, where it's a game that yeah, I mean, the feel. See, I'm thinking about that gridiron. I'm thinking about if I wanted to try to like bring over. I even thought for fun, if I were to just take my current engine, replace the sprites, and change some of the the movement, and tweak and tune it, and dumb it down to robots. I just wondered like what that would even look like, just for fun. But I also don't want to. I also feel like I don't want to use the same exact engine, right? I mean, the benefit you'd buy it in a heartbeat. The benefit to that is that I would get a lot of game in a short period of time, right? Like the way I did College Bowl. Like I could get a lot of the core that's already there, and I could leverage that and use that for a game like this. But again, this game is 7-on-7, right? And I don't know if that's something that like, I think that makes it more arcadey, right? It makes it more like simple, right? In a sense, but also challenging in a sense, because you only have so many players you can use. But I don't know. I think they have this game. I'm playing it on MAME. But again, this game's different, right? Like this game has those passing icons on the floor, and those are, it's all timing, right? Like you throw to a spot on the floor. You don't throw to the actual receiver, which is different than my game. I don't know. Like what I was thinking about doing was just starting from scratch and then taking, referencing my stuff, right? So like if I wanted to, try to leverage some of the AI in there, I might do that. But excuse me, it's still going to be a lot of work, because it's not just a plug and play system, right? It's going to be a whole new engine. Like a whole new project. Then that was a good pass. Then you can't just plug and play stuff, right? So on one side, on one side, I like the idea of doing, that's a horrible pass, threw it way too late. I like the idea of reusing my project for everything it gets, but I actually like the idea also of starting a brand new project and making it, because this game is not going to be as big, it's not going to be as deep. But I also don't want to just make a game that's not something that people actually want to support, right? And that's the thing as an indie dev, like what I was trying to say earlier is, you need to figure out what you're trying to do, right? If you're just trying to make anything, then if you're not making a game, if your goal is to try to make as much money as possible, then I think I would choose a different strategy. I would probably try to find the most popular genres. I would figure out what skills I have that would be, that would complement those genres, and like what engine, what perspective, 2D versus 3D, how much time, scope it would be for a solo dev to do something like that. And when you think about it from a monetary perspective, which I need to be doing that, and that's what I struggle with, because I am trying to, this is a business, right? I'm trying to find a way to, bring money into my household, right? And also have some kind of retirement plan, and so that stuff you just can't really mess around, right? I'm gonna try to play another game here. I'm gonna see if I can play this. This is the toughest coach. She's no joke. I'm gonna do the Moscow Machine. Well, the thing with robots is there's not really a lot of animations, right? Like you're not. Let me see if I can move this over here. You're not. You're not really gonna have a ton of animations, right? You're gonna. It's robots, so the robots run around just like, if you look at this, they raise their hands, the treadmill kind of moves, as they run, and then, oh man, I thought I was going to turn around, and then they fall over when they get hit, and then they'll blow up and they'll get sucked up and transported back down and regenerated or whatever. They'll smoke up a little bit, which that's just basically particles, but the actual animations I can do all those particle effects and things like that. Yeah. And I think like I said, as a hobby, as like a side project or something that if I was working a real full-time job, this game, like I want to work on this for me, just for myself. And, and I'd love to see what I could do, because you really don't know how a game's gonna feel and gonna look and gonna play until you actually take the time to get the artwork, recreate the game to your standards, to your your desires, or whatever you want to call it. But the thing about it though too is, like, I'd have to have a blueprint of what I would be following. Like, what would my game design be? Would it be following this to a T as closely as possible? Would it be literally like taking, what I know about Legend Bowl and College Bowl and trying to implement this type of aesthetic to it, right? I don't know. Like, if I did start with those engines, and I said to myself, I'm going to take those engines and I'm going to first start off by reskinning the players to be, yeah, this team's tough. They're intercepting it every time I throw it in traffic. If I just change the graphics, right? Start there, like change the graphics, and then, make sure like the robots are running around in the right, right like state. Like they're going to have to move a little different, right? They're not going to have all the options that they don't jump in the air. They don't dive per se. They just run into each other. So there's some of that stuff that would need to be handled. But I'd basically be stripping away stuff on the field, so that wouldn't be too difficult. And then I have all the fields. I could try to, make. I could try to take the fields that I have, and like there are some that just make different colors. Like I have a black field and I can make a field that just looks more. I have a field that actually looks like a mirror, where the bottom of it, like you can actually see the reflection. I can do cool sci-fi stuff like that. And then, I could keep all the things in, like even the refs could be like robots coming out, right? Like some type of robots, or a neon field like that. Yeah. And I could just take what I have and reskin it, but then it's hard because you also don't want it to be the same exact game. You don't want it to feel exactly the same. And I don't know, like I'm trying, that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to understand. I don't know how the hell I have the ball so far in the end zone, really? I mean, what the hell is that? What just happened there? They gave me the ball on like the 1 yard, on like the 0 yard line. Look at that. Safety. Yeah, I can't even get out. I mean, I like the idea of a new game too, though, because this is totally different. Like this is to me is like a lot simpler, and there's something here. There's fun here captured here, right? But then again, like I said, if I take my game and I use this, it's going to be the same field size and everything, unless I start to, mess around with the field dimensions. And I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it would be a better game if it was taking what I have with, Legend Bowl and College Bowl and really like reskinning it and just like tweaking colors and tweaking, the UI, and obviously I'd have different modes. I'd probably have like a, I don't know what I'd do. I'd probably take Legend Bowl and redo it as a pro, a pro type of league.
Touchdown.
Customizable robots, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the better option would be. I just don't. I mean, the way these guys block, they just like bump into each other. Every sports game developer reuses their engines to reiterate on. You already have a good engine. You can focus on making sci-fi mechanics fun rather than making first downs work. But this game is a lot different. Like the way the ball defuses, the way you have the 50-yard line that you have to cross over. There are things like that I would want to try to keep, It's not really the same rules as football either. Like it's not 100% the same. Especially what I just said, right? Like and even the way they pass the ball, you wonder what's even better to do. Is it better to do the icon passing? Is it better to do the passing like this? Because even though I know when we had the stream the other day with Sean, he was saying that the icon passing is what he was doing, or at least he was throwing it. I think he was throwing it to spots as well, but he was using the buttons. But I'm thinking if it was like regular icon passing, that might also hurt it too. I don't know. So I need to figure that out. Like what would I really set out to do? Like what would I set, what would I do? Like would I basically, I should have been an interception. Would I try to remake this game and keep a lot of what this game has? Or should I try to work backwards from my game? And really it turns into basically a reskin to where now you're in a sci-fi world with the same type of football engine. And those are two different games, you know? Oh my God.
Touchdown.
Work backwards, huh? And then 7-on-7 or 11 versus 11, right? Like what would be the,
Conversion good.
the team sizes? I don't know. I get tired thinking about it. Thinking about what it would do.
End of period.
8 versus 8. I might consider doing something like that. Like that might be the route to take. Just start stripping out and maybe start like on the scrimmage, start like on the practice field and just see if I can, take what I have and redo it. Yeah, I thought about that the other day as like a little, like, an easier way to do all this, just thinking about it. I wonder do I control the receiver when I throw this in the air? I haven't really paid attention. Like I think when I throw it in the air, I think I might be controlling the receiver. Let's see. Oh yeah, I am. Oh, that makes it a lot easier. I like that. Yeah, the only problem with 7-on-7 is the field sizes are pretty big in Legend Bowl. I don't know if it's going to be way too big for 7-on-7. If I would need to narrow the field, Your mental health might fare better if you started with a finished game and turned it into another finished game. I'd love to be able to do that. Yeah, I know. And trust me, I did it with College Bowl, and I put College Bowl on like 1 or 2 nights ago, whenever it was, and make your player sprites bigger. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Interception.
You guys got some pretty smart ideas over here. I think I'm starting to like this idea. Like, forget about like starting from CYBERBALL and working my way up, and instead start from Legend Bowl. Because I like the pro aesthetic better than the college. Like I like that better personally, even though College Bowl has a lot of stuff in it. But if I took the Legend Bowl, which is fully upgraded, the newer version, pretty much, and I reskinned it all, and I started to change it around a little bit, Or I could start with college ball. I don't know. I don't know, because college bowl does have some pretty cool stuff too, where you have like, I don't know if I have all that stuff in Legend Bowl, like I forget now. Do I have the on the schedule where you see the stats? I don't think I have that stuff. You know, when you're on the schedule page and you're going through each game and you're looking at like the previous game stats and the matchups for the you know, for that week. Yeah. But I could always rip it off College Bowl too. Maybe I might do that. And then, you know, the first thing I'm trying to do is I have an artist that's starting to make some sprites. We're starting with one robot. So I want to see what that looks like. You know, I already have a picture. I can kind of show you guys if you guys want to see. I have a picture, like he just started making the first pose, and I have a screenshot of it. Let me see if I can show it to you guys somehow. So let's save that. And you could make 10 very interesting football games with your core game and just tailoring it. 10? I don't know about 10. I mean, I've thought about that too. I've thought about taking that engine. I thought about making a coaching game. I thought about making a high school football game. Maybe like an arena football game, Canadian football game. I don't know. There's different ones you could definitely do. That's for sure. I don't doubt that. But 10? I don't know if I could do 10. Let's see this. Why can't we? Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to do a new picture. Image, desktop. All right, so don't laugh here, but this is a draft of a robot. It's probably like a receiver or like a cornerback, but I got a guy working on it, and literally like the one on the left, the one down right there, the one on the left side, that one was his first cut. And he's just starting out. Like he's going to make all 8. He's going to make all 8 angles, which, you know, in Legend Bowl, we only have 4, but in this game, it could be 8. Cause I was trying to get 8. And so I saw the one on the left and I'm like, I'd like to get more detail. And the one on the right's what he came up with, but it might also be a little bit too like grainy. So I'm going to put it into the game. Once I get the first robot finished, I'm going to put it into the game and kind of see what it looks like. I'm going to see what it looks like in the game. And then from there, I can decide on the final art, like the way it's going to look, and then go from there. So, you know, I want to do, yeah. What are the 10 games, by the way, Gridiron, that you think I could do? I'm curious about that. This was something cool I was doing. I'll show you guys while we're here. This was something cool that I was doing. Let me see. This was something cool that I was doing in Unreal. Will it show this? No. Oh yeah, here we go. I'll put that over here. So I was working on, remember that one wheel game I was talking about earlier? That's kind of what I was doing basically. And I was working on the physics of that. And I was doing that in Unreal Engine. So I was messing around because what I wanted to do was make a game where it's like it's like the camera's behind the back of your one wheel, like, you know, like third person, and you're cruising around 3D, like jumping off of ledges and stuff like that. But that might be way more than I can actually do. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, yeah, I'll see if I can do something with Legend Bowl maybe. It's not a bad idea. I mean, I like the idea of starting over like from like a geek standpoint, because then I could literally just put exactly what I want to put into the game. And there are things about Legend Bowl that are really annoying, like in the code. It's a little bit, not spaghetti code, but it's a little overkill for some of the things. Like the main menu system is a real nightmare. But again, if I did take what I had and I, you know, repurposed it, I probably could get away with a lot of things there and reuse a lot. I don't know. So yeah. So that's that. Ten was just an exaggeration, but if you wanted to play, yeah, yeah, exactly. You're yeah. Prison Fantasy. You know how it goes though, Gridiron. It's not that simple. Even though I have football games, you have to keep it pretty similar, or, you know, the more you strip out, the more you change, the more it can become a headache. You know? But you know, I think that might be the way that I try to do it. I think I'm gonna try to see how that looks and go from there. Because in the end, it would be pretty awesome to have a football game. To have a football game like this. Have a football game like this, but with more sophisticated AI. You know, and I can tweak the AI, obviously. It's not going to be exactly the same. You know, but it would be a more sophisticated game, and maybe it would blow up. Maybe people would be like all over it, because there are a lot of people that might want, man, those guys came in like lightning bolts. There may be people out there that may actually like it a lot more, since it's football. I mean, since it's robots, sci-fi. So I don't know. I mean, that's interesting. Anyways.
Game over.
Would building out the AI of a CYBERBALL. Ooh, I like the name of that. CYBERBALL. Ooh, I like the name of that. I like that, actually. CYBERBALL.
Welcome to CYBERBALL.
That's actually a great name. That's actually a perfect name. Would building out the CYBERBALL game help with the future of LB2? I don't think so. I don't think so, because the AI is probably going to be, if I were to reuse LB, I would probably, you know, keep a lot of it. That's pretty smart AI, you know. But obviously dumbed down to this fashion, you know. I don't know. I didn't even think of, you know, I haven't been thinking about reusing my engine, right? So I thought about it like for a split second, but I didn't even get as far as the name. But that would be perfect, because, you know, when I was thinking about making this game, my thought was to try to repurpose CYBERBALL, like the way this game was, you know, labeled, and use the same name, but try to like tweak it. But CYBERBALL, 2 words, that would fit with my IP, right? So that would be cool. That would be pretty cool. I mean, in the end, what I would do either way is I would make sure the game played well, right? Like whatever the game turned out to be, it would have to be conducive, and it would have to match up with the robots, the way they move, the way they run around. You know, obviously the whole part where you throw to targets instead of throwing to the actual player, I don't know what I would do yet. Like, what do you guys think? Do you guys think it should work the way it works right now in my games, or do you think it would be cool to do it like this, where you have like these targets in the floor that you're trying to hit? I think the masses would like it to be the way it is now in my games, but then you're just, you know, you wouldn't add that flavor to it. Keep it the same. Yeah. With upgrades to players. So I'm thinking the upgrades would happen between games, right? Like, yeah, I don't know. That's where it starts to get difficult, because you know, if the players blow up during the game, you know, that's fine. You know, but I'm gonna have to create screens that show, you know, you what do you want to do? Do you want to add? Oh, I see what you're saying. But also, like in the game, like a player could blow up. Like this game was. If I try to make it like this, the ball blows up. And when the ball blows up, so does your guy. And if your guy gets hit too many times, he blows up. And if he blows up, then you lose him. You know? But I'm just wondering if that's even the way I want to go. You know? I don't know. I have to think about it, how that's going to work. Because obviously in my game, guys can get injured. You know, so that is a thing, but guys don't just die, you know? I don't know. Like, if the player has a will, yeah. Tracks can't be stopped. The upgrades between games as the bots are rebuilt. A drone could hover in and place the ball like the ref does. Oh yeah. That'd be cool. Lots of drones. Ugh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that. I'm getting some artwork, like I said, and artwork. I need artwork in order for me to make to make like to get inspired and to smell the game like one of these guys say, you know. But you got to wonder though too, like there's no, these robots don't really have moves, right? Like they just roll around, you know? I don't know if I could make moves that would make sense. I mean, I could obviously do moves, but you know, the more moves you have, excuse me, the more artwork you need. So I mean, I could do a spin move. That's easy. I could do a boost. And I could add a boost to it where, you know, you can get a little boost.
Ball defused.
Hey, Gridiron, if you're still around, what's up with your build? What's up with your game? I want to check it out. I know you're working on it. Man, I don't have enough money. Yeah, no, people want Legend Bolt 2, and we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't know what I could do to Legend Bolt besides make it online, which that's going to be a nightmare. You're on version 0.0.0.5. I hate those versioning numbers. I mean, I do the same thing. I use what's in Game Maker, and Game Maker has that long version, but then I created my own version variable. Do you have on-field like gameplay? How's that working? That guy just totally blew it. An upgrade for the QB that makes the arm a cannon that shoots the ball out. Yeah, you can actually have, it'd be cool if you had like bad QBs just throw the ball very, very weak. You know, they can't throw far, they can't throw it too hard. They throw like lob passes everywhere. And then you have guys that can throw like guns. But I wish I had like a team of people that could make a really, really awesome, like really like high definition, cool looking game. Hey Pillar, are you on the Discord? I don't recognize your name, but you have some pretty good ideas. I guess when if I do this, what's your name on Discord? Is it Pillar? If I do this, I'm going to create a new Discord channel. Call it CYBERBALL. And you can make sprites. How good are you, chef? Okay, cool. You've been checking it daily for CyberBowl channel. Yeah. Give it some time. I need to get this first robot made, and if I'm gonna do, now that we were talking, I wonder if I should call it CyberBowl, like all one word, or cyberspace bowl. Okay. What do you guys think? You guys think it should be one word or two words? CyberBowl, CyberBall, CyberBowl, Cyber dash bowl. I don't love the dash. I would either do cyberspace bowl or cyber bowl. I don't know. What do you guys think? Damn, man. You need to finish adding the college and pro screens and the play calling system before you go hard on the sim animate. Jeez. Sounds like you got a lot of work ahead of you, man. The work doesn't stop, Gridiron. You know that. I mean, like, that's why it took me years and years and years to do what I did, and that wasn't easy, man. That wasn't easy. It wasn't fun. There were times where I wanted to give up. You know, there were moments when I was like super depressed and questioning what I was doing. Was I ever going to finish? But you know, keep at it, man. But I know you were saying that you're trying to do like a test, like a beta test or something. So I don't know what you're testing. CyberBowl. You know, and I wonder sometimes how many people like do my games sell decently because of my following? I just wonder that sometimes, you know. I wonder if people, not that I have a huge following, but I just wonder sometimes how many of my followers actually support the game. Like how much of that actually makes a difference, you know? I don't know. I don't really study analytics with the game. I don't really worry about that.
Touchdown.
I'm always curious just about football games and their viability. I wonder how much of that goes into it, you know? I know that Legend Bowl had a lot of press. Like, I mean, it had some big YouTubers that you know, that shared the game with their communities, but I wonder. Anyways, I think I'm gonna go wash up and try to start getting ready for bed, guys. But the game's fun, and I think that if I can take, I think that you guys definitely talk me into some good stuff here. I appreciate it. Good games build a community, moddable, customizable games. Yeah. My thing was that I wanted to start getting user feedback because I don't want to get so deep on a game design and not have enough feedback. Yeah. Hey, Gridiron, are you working like a real job while you do all this, or are you doing this full time? If you don't mind me asking. Rushing yard, passing yardage, pass completion, sacks, kills, interceptions, compiled by CyberStats. I like that. I like it. I should probably do this. I don't know why. I should flip this around. Boom. It actually looks better. I can actually face the game. The game's there now, right there. Even though I look like a scumbag tonight, apologize. I just jumped on. It's kind of cold here though. I'm in Florida and it's like 30 degrees and that's cold for me. I should be watching that game tonight, but I'm all stoked about the playoffs this weekend. I can't wait. I can't wait for the games. Oh, you work part-time for money? What do you do part-time? That's pretty amazing, bro, that you're doing this full-time. That takes balls, man. That takes a lot of courage. I'd love to hear a video from you. I think you've done them before, Gridiron, but I'd love to. I haven't seen. I mean, I don't know when the last time you did a video. Like, unless I'm just missing your channel, because I thought I was subscribed to you. Have you done videos lately at all? Because I just don't recall. You have streamed. What's your YouTube again? Can you link it on here? You work in something not related to IT. Good for you. It keeps your brain fresh. I might not be subscribed to you. I don't know, because unless I'm just not being notified. Can you link it on here? Is it like just Gridiron Masters? Let me see. Oh, I got it. Gridiron Masters. Oh, I'm not even subscribed, bro. I don't know why. That's weird. All right, now I'm subscribed, man. Oh, I watched your last video from 6 months ago, and I didn't watch the last one from a month ago. I want to watch that. And you did some live events. Oh, I'm going to check this out. Cool. I think I'm on your Discord though. Yeah, I'm on your Discord. I don't really jump in too often, but and sometimes I get kind of burnt out from games, from like football, like dev and whatever, and I just go other directions. Has terrible audio. Dude, audio is like the most important thing for videos. It's a killer if you don't have good audio. You know that. I'll check it out though. I'll poke around. But hey, man, I wish you the best of luck. I honestly do. I could tell you what, that either way, I don't know how old you are, but either way, man, you're going to at least check that box off in your life that, where you did something. Oh, wow, you're young, man. Enjoy it. I'm a lot older than you. Try to just, that's cool that you're doing it this early though in life, but try to just enjoy the process, man. Like, don't burn yourself out, even though it's easier said than done. And it's really cool that you're building something that you're passionate about. And I think that no matter how it does financially, I think that, it's one of those things in life that if you do it, no one can ever take it away from you. And it's a pretty cool thing to do. And, there are a lot of times where you're like, man, I wish, maybe, I don't know how it's going to turn out for you. I'm hoping for the best, but if it doesn't do as well as you'd like it to do, in terms of sales, then, you may have times where you're like, well, you may regret, right? You may have some regrets, but you got to try to be appreciative and proud of what you're doing, because what you're doing is harder than any other job. I think it's the hardest job in the world. And even though people think it might just be fun and games, it's really not. It's a lot of work. And there are times when it's fun, and if you're passionate about it, then that's awesome. But that passion also leads you to, going a little crazy, right? Going a little crazy. So, just try to pace yourself, man. And, you can't make everybody happy. Do the best that you can do, and make something that you're proud of. And if you're proud of it, that's all that matters. It's all that matters. I think that you have really good UI design. I think that what you're doing is pretty awesome. I'm hoping that you're not going to have any issues, because a lot, it looks very close to the ESPN stuff, but I know that, I hope it's no problem for you. I really do, because that's going to suck if there is any issue there, but I'm not a lawyer. I don't know how that stuff works, but, and nobody watches my channel enough to worry about it. So don't worry. I'm not blowing you up here. You'll be fine. I think it looks awesome. I think the way that your screens are laid out look beautiful, man. And it's very intriguing to me. And there has to be an audience out there that would be willing to invest time into a game that just looks, with a UI, like a data heavy driven game like that, as far as the gameplay on the field, I don't even, if it were me, I'd probably just put I don't know. I don't even know what I put on the field, but the as far away from reality as possible. I mean, I don't even know what I would do, because as soon as you enter the field gameplay, that can be a slippery slope where if you make the wrong design choice, it could really hinder the game, right? The core of the game. And people are going to start comparing it to 3D games and, and whatever other football games that are out there. And I don't know. It's a tricky piece of the puzzle, right? Like, if you keep it all UI, and I mean, it would be cool to have it look, like some kind of 2D thing, but I don't know. I don't know. On the field, I don't know how it's going to be, but I'll take a look at your stuff, man, and I'll let you know if I have any feedback for you. Don't worry about rushing anything over to me. I thought that you were closer, not because you're taking a long time, just because I thought that that's what you were doing. You were closer to a full, like, early release, like an early access release. Yeah. I like that one screenshot you showed me a long time ago. I don't even know if I have the picture of it anywhere anymore, but it was like that side view pixel art of an older game. I think I asked you what it was because you had it on one of your streams. I liked the way that looked. Something basic like that. But, as soon as you start showing the gameplay, and if it doesn't look advanced enough or match up with what you have in the UI, you know, it can suffer. And your UI is so high end, like it's so dynamic and looks great. Like that's the cake. Like that's where it's like the icing. So you don't want to diminish that or hurt that. So I don't know. I don't know if, I swear, man, I think it would be, I think it might be fine just to say like simulate a game and show the stats and show like the player of the game, stuff like that. Like, I don't even know if you need to go on the field unless you're trying to do coach mode where you can pick plays. I don't know. I don't know, man, but keep at it, bro. And we'll see, you know, we'll see where it goes. You know, I'll promote it for you, man. I'll help you out. I'll put it on my channel. I'll tell people about it. I'll share it with my community. That's all I can do. And I'll buy the game, you know, I'll support it. So keep at it, man. Just keep at it. I just like the way it looks. I wish my stuff looked like that sometimes. It looks pretty cool. But anyways, guys, I'm going to sign off. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. You know, I haven't been doing a lot of videos, but I'm getting back in the groove, as you can see. And, I definitely got some good feedback from you guys today. So I appreciate that. So thank you for that. And, football's this weekend, man. Some really good football games. There's a football game on right now. I don't even know what's going on, but I think Notre Dame's losing from what my friends are talking about. But that's it. All right. I'm signing off. Have a good night, guys. I'll see you in the next video, next stream, Discord, and maybe you'll see a new CYBERBALL Discord channel. All right. Peace.